We're going to start with our afternoon program now. First up is myself as a representative of the NLNOG community, and I would like to launch a new idea that I think will help the internet community at large. A challenge, as someone who has written some online services like IR Explorer, I've noticed that there is a sort of gap between people willing to develop software as a service and people that can host it. And you often end up with cool projects being hosted on personal machines, which are maintained by one person. The machine still represents a cost. I often sit in airplanes for 11 hours, and then I think to myself, well, if this service goes offline, it will impact a few people, and there's nobody then to repair it. Because people use their private infrastructure, there's this tendency to pile on as many services as possible on that single machine, because you cannot create new machines for every project. So I thought to myself, there is a bit of an issue that needs to be addressed. And examples of these services are like IRC or IR Explorer, NLNOG ring management. There are many other projects that we could think of that could use community-oriented free hosting. And thus it is that I present you NLNOG infrastructure, the solution to all problems. NLNOG infrastructure is basically an extension of a lot of community work that we're already doing. But we're now making this open to a wider audience. If you have a good for the internet project, and I can think of stuff like abuse.io or PeeringDB or the NLNOG video archives, stuff like that, if it needs a home, you can approach this project and we can help you. And the idea is that there's a group of experienced system administrators that will help you with the deployment of that application. So if you write something cool in Python, we can help you package it and distribute it to the servers and put load balancers in front and make it redundant and arrange the backups. And we can really make it high quality from an uptime perspective. And the focus is long-term reliability. And with that, I mean that if you write something cool that the community uses on a daily basis, 5 years from now, it should still work. And the only way to ensure that 5 years from now it still works is to jointly help such applications to exist. Yeah, and other than that, it's useful to host it in multiple countries, have nice redundancy across the world to ensure that the quality is as we want it to be. So in essence, NLNOG infrastructure is a sort of aggregator between people that have projects and companies that are willing to provide hosting to good for the internet projects. And if there's no aggregator, you end up with a lot of one-to-one relations, and you have to be lucky that you know a company that's willing to host you, or it's not as scalable to do all of this one-to-one. So having NLNOG in the middle as an aggregator should help both sides. On the sponsorship side, there is only one account they have to deal with, that's NLNOG. And on in the supplier direction towards the project, there is also only one group you need to deal with. And it is with certain pride that I would like to announce that LeaseWeb is the first NLNOG infrastructure partner. Give them a warm applause. What LeaseWeb is providing us with is basically the full product portfolio they have available in their cloud offering. This means that the NLNOG sysadmins can just click and pop up load balancers and spin up compute resources, and it's just, this is precisely what is needed. You need a platform. You don't need, here's one server. You need a ton of resources, and within reasonable limits, they have been extremely generous in providing all these resources to us as a community. So Now that this is happening, now what? This is still a bit in the early phase. As it currently stands, Matt Griswold, are you in the room? Yes. Stand up. This is Matt. Matt flew all the way from the United States, the country of the free, to the Netherlands to join this event. Matt and I have been working together as a sort of ad hoc sysadmins for all kinds of projects for a few years now. And we decided that we together should make this a more formal approach that is backed by NLNOG. Other things we need to do. We need to do some porting of existing services. For instance, IR Explorer runs on one server somewhere across the world, and if it fails, that's it. So that is stuff we'll be porting into this new approach, which is focused on reliability. We are looking for 2 more system administrator types, and we want experienced people who are not afraid of Ansible, that believe in automation, that do not want to ever log into servers, but spin everything up through the APIs. We'll be conducting sort of job interviews to make a selection for the right candidates, because we also need to make an assessment whether you can actually commit the time that is required for stuff like this. So if you're interested in this volunteer work, please reach out to infrastructure@nlnog.net and we'll take it from there. Other things we'll need to do is publish a charter, what NLNOG infrastructure precisely entails, what our guidelines are, what we expect from projects. So we'll make some helpful recommendations, like if you're this type of project, then you can qualify, and if you make money off the project, then you should seek other hosting. And we need to attract, in addition to host LeaseWeb, 1 or 2 other infrastructure partners for the resiliency. So we have redundancy across companies. And while we do all of this, we'll also reach out to projects, or hopefully projects will reach out to us and then work together. So, in short, if you're developing a service, something that needs to be online, something that is useful in, for instance, routing security or abuse fighting or whatnot, if your project is for the good of the internet, send us an email if you need help, and we'll try and accommodate your request. That's it. Any questions? All right. Thank you.